Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Unpopular Opinion. Man, we always say it at the same time. Anyway, so I realized...
Maybe that should be our catchphrase. We'll see.
You guys can vote and let us know.
Let us know what should be our catchphrase.
Okay, so I realized we don't usually tell you guys what our names are. So we just assume. I'm Kemi.
Claire.
Prim.
And we are the Unpopular Opinion. Just a couple of ladies discussing. Yeah, not much, just a couple of ladies discussing things that are relevant, that are, you want to say something.
Forcing our views on you.
There you go, taking advantage of you.
Changing your opinions.
So today's topic is, you already have seen the title, Dear Mothers in Waiting. So of the three of us, Claire is the only mom. Hi, moms. And I don't know, as women who haven't gotten to that point, or who are just not in that, who aren't mothers right now, we have things that we think about that we might want to ask Claire, things that she might want to share with us, having been in our place at some point or in some way in life. And we just wanted to get into that a little bit. Just know, so moms, we do not forget you. Also, that content is here. It's coming. So yeah, I'm going to, I guess Prim and I have a couple of questions that we're going to ask Claire, and then she'll also share with us things that are on her mind about being a mommy. But let me start with just asking you, what's the bestest thing about being a mom?
First of all, wow, I get my own segment. I'm feeling a bit shy now.
Hello.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. I think the best thing, it's just the joy in your heart. There's this, you just look at your child do the simplest, most basic thing, and you feel so much joy in you. Like, it's so effortless. I feel like that's the best thing about being a mom. The joy. Yeah. It's inexplicable until you're on this side of it.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing, how you see moms and they're like, oh, that does not look nice. But then, as a mom, your child can be 1 minute throwing a tantrum, and the next thing they just literally just smile at you, and you feel so much joy, and I feel like that's the best thing about it. It's so effortless. Yeah.
Aww. Aren't you guys all saying aww?
Yeah, actually, I think everyone is just like, yeah, that makes sense. That's how I feel. So for me, I want to first take you back to before motherhood. You know how most people, okay, not most, but there's like a number of women that will be pregnant. And they'll be like, we didn't even prepare. It was a mistake. So I've come to ask myself, are you ever ready? Are you ever ready?
No.
That was quick.
No.
Tell us more.
I was born to be a mother. I've known that since I knew what a mother was.
Oh my God, I'm going to stop you for a second. I don't know, I think that might be another topic, how you said you were born to be a mother? Yeah. I don't feel that, I feel like maybe
you're distant.
I haven't felt it yet. Yeah. And I don't know if I will.
That's a different perspective.
I feel like that's another
Next
topic.
Next time we'll interview Fiona. No, I've wanted to be a mom since I knew I was old enough to know what a mom was. So I don't even remember not wanting a child. I've always been one of those. Even when I was 7 years old, I'd see a mom and be like, yeah, I'll do that with my kids when I'm young, when I have a mom, or I'd not do that with my kids when I'm young, and things like that. Now, of course, the perspectives have changed over the years as you grow, but I was not ready. It was. I was not ready. There's nothing that can prepare you for this journey. Even when you're in it, you're not ready. Yeah. Every day is a different day, So it's. I'd say no. I wasn't ready. I was not ready. You can't prepare for it. Okay. Maybe other people. Now this is entirely my opinion. Yeah. Maybe other people have a different opinion. Yeah. But for me, I feel like the fact that I grew up wanting to be a mom and preparing to be a mom, I wasn't ready.
Yeah, but I hear that from a lot of moms. A lot of people say there's nothing that prepares you. You can read all of the books, have the best mom, have the best people around you, but everyone says, guess what? It is still a surprise when you reach. Okay, so I was wondering, And I feel like, because Claire shares so openly about like mommyhood on her Instagram, we should really follow her. But I know there are overwhelming things, but what would you say is like the most overwhelming thing so far? Because I know your journey is still going, maybe there'll be something else. But what has overwhelmed you the most so far since becoming a mom?
When your child is in pain, it's so like you just want to take the pain away. Like they're so little, they don't deserve to be in pain. They've never done anything wrong to anyone. Do you know what I mean? But you can see them in pain, and you just
Your throat is closing. Yeah.
you can't breathe. You just feel like you can't breathe. It's like nothing I've ever experienced before. Obviously, there are people I love, like my siblings, my mom, friends. You see them in pain, and you'd like to take that pain away. This is different. You feel the pain. You feel it. Yes, it's emotional, it's spiritual almost. That you feel your child's pain, and I feel like it's overwhelming. I can't cope. I really can't cope. And I used to always be one of those women who would be like, yeah, my child, I'm not going to do that, because I'm a teacher. Montessori trained teacher. So I know what I should do for my children and what I shouldn't. I know what's going to spoil them and what's not. And I've been kind of, judging other moms. As a teacher, I've been with children my entire career, and I'd know where parents are going wrong. However, I'm going wrong in the exact same way. I get it. I get it, because it's overwhelming. You see your child struggling with something and you want to help, although you shouldn't. The theory is different from the practice. Yes. So I get so overwhelmed when my child's struggling with something. I just want to, when she's crying, I can't just be like, she's not crying for any reason. Let her cry it out. Oh my God. I tried the cry it out sleep method, and I just couldn't cope. I was like, the only thing that made me go through that time I did it is because I was exhausted. I had no choice. But with every minute that child cried, my heart broke. And I know a lot of mothers can't even cope. They can't cope. And she went on for a long. My child's very stubborn. She did it for too long. In fact, eventually I stopped. I stopped it. It just wasn't working, because my heart was just,
It's like when you talked about like that you used to judge other moms, and then now you're in it, you guys. Isn't that the way it always goes? You'll be thinking you know the things, then you reach.
my child can never, not my child. And then you reach, and it's so totally your child even worse.
Let's all stop judging.
Let's all stop judging. Like, if you've ever said the phrase, I will never, if you've never been in that situation, girl, you don't know. Just be quiet. I used to tell my friends, actually, that even my husband, I'd tell him, because I'm the kind of person who I love kids so much. My life's work is figuring out kids and how to help them maneuver life as easily as possible. And I've told my friends, I've given them so much advice. If your child's not eating, do this. If your child's not sleeping, do this. If your child's doing this, do that. Don't do this, don't do that. And but I always told my friends, look, please write this advice down, because I'm going to need it from you when I'm a mom. Because it's just different. The theory is so different from the practice.
Do you have another question?
The question that I have is coming from, it's going to be about motherhood and social media. Do you ever feel guilty? Because I know that there's so many people that struggle, that are struggling with conceiving, that are struggling with, so many other related issues to reproduction and everything. Do you ever feel guilty to share that part of your life? Do you ever get do you ever get someone attacking you for sharing your happiness, or why are you really posting your child, why are you putting them in our faces? Some of us are not able to do that. But do you also ever feel guilty that, oh my God, I'm having too much? Am I oversharing? How does another person feel on social media?
So I feel like I because I've been in both worlds. I have been in a place where I want a child and I can't get one. I'm not getting one. And so when I got one, I'm not going to feel guilty for the joy and pleasure she gives, and I'm actually happy to share that joy and pleasure. And I have actually got so many messages, quite a number of messages from people saying I make them feel bad. Seeing my story, they're happy for me, but I make them feel bad, which Yes, I understand because I've been there. I've been there. But no, I don't feel guilty. I understand that people feel bad, especially if they're trying to have children of their own and they see us who have children parading our children. But that's our joy because, we're just sharing our joy, and I don't feel pressure to reduce on my joy just because someone else is is um is is making someone else feel bad because of a situation. Now again, I am talking from a point of I have been there before. You get, I've been there before, so I understand that they also need to understand that if they were in my position, they'd also like the freedom to share, yes, to do as they wish with that joy. So that's what I would say.
Okay, I think and I remember like there was a time when that happened quite a bit, and it's those things like when you're not there, you're like, let me keep quiet, because you're like, okay, yeah, it must feel bad, but also, yeah, someone is happy, and then it's like, it's a lot to say for social media. Yeah, there's no
balance. Yeah,
there's no that you'll be on social media and everything works for you.
Yeah, I would say though, if my content makes you feel bad, please just unfollow. It's just that simple. I don't mean I'm not putting it out there to make anyone feel bad.
Yeah.
So
You
if
can
it
protect your
is,
mental health in
yes.
that moment. If you are going through a place where you're struggling to probably conceive, or you know you're having miscarriages, and you follow someone that is always posting kids, there are those who follow because they're like, if you're manifesting, I can't wait to do that with my children. But I know that there are times that you are so low that you seeing Claire posting her child, oh, she ate a mango, or today Banange, she smiled. And you feel like you're not in the place to handle that yet. Or because I know these things of loss, it's an up and down. Yeah. That day you feel like, I cannot take this. You want to go just and curl up in a corner and feel sorry for yourself. It's allowed. It's okay. And you want to go through the emotions, you can actually unfollow some mom content creators as you're dealing with it. And then one day, when you're feeling better, you can come back. Yeah.
Yeah. Feel free to just like withdraw when something is not serving you. Anyway, I think that's even like a whole other topic for another day, because you need to protect your mental health, you guys. So my other question is, what's your greatest hope for Nkinzi as she becomes a girl? She's already a girl, but anyway, a woman. Like, what's the thing you hope so much
I want
for
her
her?
to be confident. I just want her to be confident. I want her to know that she can do whatever she wants to do. She can set her mind out to doing. If she sets her mind to doing something, she should be able to do it. I want her to grow up in a world where she's free, to explore instead of go by societal norms. Just create her own norms. That freedom. I really want to empower her to choose her own. Make decisions, the right decisions. I really want her to be kind and gracious. And I just want to teach her to, hopefully, I can teach her to think of others, not be selfish. For as much as we do what we want, don't hurt people just because it's, the reason I've thought of that is because we were recently trolled and dragged on the internet. And I'm thinking, if this was my child dragging people, dragging people, in things they do not understand, in things they don't know, you have not had the courtesy, like, it's none of your business. Do you know what I mean? If it's not your business, why are you making it your business? And I'm saying this because I thought to myself of how can we make the next generation better? It's too late for ours. But how can we make our children, but how do I protect my child from going through that same thing? But how do I protect my child from yours? But how do you protect your child from mine? Because at the end of the day, your child will be in the position I was in, we were in. Exactly. Do you get what I mean? And if your child came to you running and saying, look, I was bullied, someone dragged me on Twitter, space I'm not even on. I've chosen to be on because, I've chosen not to be on. What would you say? How would you feel if it was my child who did that. So I really want her to think of other people before doing things toward other people. Doesn't matter how justified you feel. You get this. Mental health is a very big thing. And the farther we go into the longer the years go, the more we realize how much even a small word from anyone has an effect. Someone can commit suicide just for something you think is so small, something you think is your right.
It was just
Could
the last
create.
nail that,
Thank you.
they
A straw that exactly that broke the camel's back. So I really want her to. Hopefully, I can raise her to be kind, gracious, thoughtful, confident. Also, not to be the kind of person who is shot down because of simple things like that. So confident like that. I could go on and on.
So for me, my question is: are you ever afraid of projecting? I feel like we've lived in a generation of mothers who project, fathers who project, and I feel like that's a whole other topic that we need to dissect and open and do what. Are you ever afraid that the unhealed you will actually project on your child?
Yeah, I am, but I try to be intentional about knowing what my triggers me, where I've been traumatized, my mental health condition, basically, the things that trigger me, the things that I usually project, and try not to do them. So a lot of times I find myself saying, Claire, are you projecting? I was the firstborn, and usually firstborns don't feel like they've been loved as much as the rest of the siblings. Hello. It's the same thing. Yeah, we're all firstborn. So I'm the firstborn, and I've always said, look, I need to make sure that I make sure that I love all my children equally. But remember, I have one. So I try to, she cries and stuff, and she's not really crying for anything. She just needs to, get up, and she can get up on her own. And I find myself helping her. You get? But that might be me just spoiling her a little bit. She can do it herself. Why am I doing it for her? I find myself loving a bit too much, if that makes sense. There's such a thing as too much love, and that goes into spoiling. Yeah, so I'd say I do. I'm trying to be very conscious. I know my mental health status. I do know my things. I know my things. So, and when they start to creep up, it's always kind of like it's not always perfect. I don't always check myself. I don't always, but I try as much as possible.
But questions aside now, what's something that you'd want to tell us, you'd want to tell you, pre-baby Claire?
Yeah.
What's that something?
Enjoy your life before the baby.
Sleep on your stomach. Sleep on your stomach.
I hear so many people say that.
Sleep on your stomach
As
and
much
treasure
as you
it.
can, baby girl, because it's just enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Whatever you can't, there's a lot that you don't. It's not that you can't do it. It just takes so much longer, so much more planning, so much more money. Everything is just more difficult when you have children. So if there's something you want to do, start doing it now. Do it before you have children. Enjoy your life. The children phase is going to come. When it comes, it doesn't go back. You're going to be a mother until you die. So enjoy your life before you get children now.
I love that. That's really good advice. So that's pretty much the end of this episode. But we want to hear you guys' thoughts on all of this. Motherhood. Maybe you're a mom. Maybe you're not a mom. Whatever stage you're at, please feel free to leave your comment in the section below. But most of all, subscribe, guys. Please subscribe.
Subscribe so they can pay us. Manange.
Don't you want to see us shining like this? You think free? Subscribe. Thank you. Bye.